Hey guys, welcome back to episode 3 of our pirate empire. First things first, I had the pirate intelligence to go on a quick adventure in search for some dark oak trees. I also did find some cherry blossom trees, which was very nice. But I went on my little adventure before we started the day, and that is what I found. But back into how things currently are, I got my saplings ready to grow right now. Look at them. They're beautiful. We're gonna stare at them for a while. And I do have a bunch of dark oak logs and buttons. Specifically the buttons. That's all this was for, just for buttons. We're gonna put these guys on the outside of my beautiful ship just to finish some things up. Because today we're gonna get started on the finishing touches to my boat. As you can see, we did a lot of work last time, but there's still much to be done. I don't have my spyglass on me. What happened? As we stare at this beautiful boat, we can see it has no sails. And that is a crime to all pirates. So we have to put sails on the boat so the boat can go. Hopping into my testing world, I have been trying some things out. Namely a sail. Wow. It's a boat that's not at sea right now. There's not going to be much wind in these sails. So they're not going to be like full sails or anything like that. But I was just trying out, thinking of a design. This was the first sail I make. I haven't made any more yet. Bit stuck on how many sails I should be making. Also, don't notice how the testing world boat does not have half a side. But here, I'm trying to make them somewhat realistic, but that is kind of a hard thing to do in a game that doesn't actually have, like, ropes and string that acts like actual string. And so here, I'm just trying to make the ropes that kind of control the sail. Like, when you look at pictures of actual boats, they have these ropes that go down here, and then they have these pulleys that close the sails up, so like up here, and then they have these things that go down and attach to the boat. I know nothing about how actual boats work. I am just looking at images and guessing. But we have a big ladder up here. You can climb all the way up. So far, this sail isn't in the way of our steering wheel. You can see pretty well past it. I've also seen some boats do like triangular sails out the front and at the backs. So maybe we do those. I don't know if I will. They look a bit complicated. But for now, we're just gonna try and figure out this one. So I was just gonna show you how I'm figuring this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm going to put these guys in just to look like they are the actual pulley systems that are supposed to actually do something with the sails. And then we're going to add a bunch of wool. Did I mention how much wool this is going to take? Our sheep farm is going to have to expand dramatically. So for a sail, we're having a boat out shape, meaning that the actual wool is going to have to do some cool looking patterns. Again, we don't want like a lot of wind in these sails. It's a boat that's kind of like anchored. It's not really wanting to go anywhere. Maybe there's not much breeze today. But we can just try and figure out what kind of shape we want to have the sail actually doing. I think my problem is that, unlike the other one, I'm thinking way too hard about this. Most of the time when we're dealing with a cloth fabric, since there's not going to be much wind in the sail, it's going to bow out with more heaviness to the bottom of it rather than heaviness up the front. If there were more wind in it, we would have it really go out like this, but since there's not much wind, it's just gonna kind of sit pretty flat. So instead, we're just gonna bring this layer down, maybe not this far. Maybe we'll leave 3 blocks on that side. Don't judge that so far. That's just the prototype. When I was doing this one, I came to a lot of similar things. Doing something like that. These guys on the side can come down. And then here in the center, we'll have maybe the bit that sticks out the furthest. Just right here. Getting kind of low. Still need to make sure that we can see out. But I think it's okay. We'll have little droopy bits on the side here. I mean, I don't know. Let's look at it from a bunch of angles, stare at it, and see if we absolutely hate it. So, the bad news is, I absolutely hate it. I think I'm gonna make 2 sails instead of 1 gigantic sail, because it's looking a bit goofy. I was also thinking of adding something crazy like this, because you see nets on boats that go up like this that people climb on. Don't know if this is too crazy an idea, getting too realistic. Don't know where it's attaching to, but we'll figure that out. As you can see, the sheep farm is expanding rapidly. Hard at work to build some sails. And my shears have broken yet again. I have been hard at work collecting lots of resources. And like last episode, I know that this is nowhere near enough, but we're gonna get started. We need to start work on embellishing the sides with some extra details. I have some buttons and some ladders. So we are going to go on the outside of the boat and make it look a little bit prettier. I have to look at my phone again. In between these guys right here, we are going to have a ladder coming up the side. Some simple additions like that just adds a little bit of detail to the outside of the boat that hopefully just is a bit of color bringing everything together. These ladders will be purely decorative because we can't exactly climb up these guys now, can we? And right here on this one, we're gonna have another ladder that's actually usable. We just do a little platform like that somebody can step out onto, and then down from here, the ladder just goes like this. So we want to get on the boat, we just go up this ladder, up here. And again, we'll make this trapdoor upside down so that we can actually access the boat. Now all we have to do is just to repeat all these embellishments on the other side. And since it's really not going to be very different, I will just not show you. On the other side, I think we're going to have one of the long ones that go up to the deck. And so now this side of the boat looks like this. We can finally move on to the sails. Yay! So much fun! Okay, let's get to work. I have written down all the measurements that we are going to need for at least the first sail. We're going to do sail by sail. And we are going to climb up here. And where are my ladders? There's my ladders. So we're going to climb up the pillar and we are going to place some blocks up here. Okay, so that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, this is where the first sail will begin. It looks like it goes out 4 blocks in my pictures. Just making this little area up here. It will unfortunately have a weird spot like this, but no one will notice unless I point it out. And now I pointed it out, so. Then up here we will have where the flag of the ship will go. We've got some mud bricks that I have collected. And then 3 fences on top. Now to make the first sail. Looks like this first layer of the sail is all going to be on the same level. And then as we go down, it's going to get more precarious. And we go in 4 like that. Then we have 2 like this. And eventually 1 on the edge. But this section here does something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And then 1. And then this. Okay, now we go down another 2 layers. This final layer of the sail is going in. It has little droopy bits. And with that, the sail is actually complete, I'm pretty sure. I just gotta get rid of all this terrible looking dirt. Wow, a sail not attached to anything at all. That's really beautiful. And now we have to go in and do the complicated process of hooking it up to all the ropes and nets and fun things. Well, to get started, we'll start at the bottom. And here, right here, we have where the sail is going to attach to the boat. So this guy is going to come out like this and then up and attaches here like that. And it goes on like that. And then it goes inwards. Then here it is going to attach like this to this guy. No! Okay, this guy goes up this. There we go, we did it. The other side's a lot easier because now I can just look over there to see what I have to copy. Except now there's something in the way. So much for that being easier. Goes up one, and then it comes out here. And it goes up like that. This guy comes up here. We have a thingy. This guy comes down. This guy also comes down. And like that, we have the entire rope thing figured out. And now the sails are attached. But as you can see, the ropes do look a little bit strange in this game. So we're going to distract the strangeness by adding nets. And now this is going to be even more strange. Are we adding them into all of them? I don't know, but we're definitely adding a really big one to the middle one. On this one, we have a trapdoor going down like that. We have this guy, we have this guy, and we have this guy. Then on these two, we have this. And we're just gonna keep climbing up these ropes. Ropes in quotation mark. Until eventually we're gonna get to the top of this thing. And then we have, oops. This is something precarious. So a completed net kind of looks like that. I am asking you all to use your imagination. They're nets, they're not trapdoors. This is perfectly reasonable for a boat. When I was making it, I was worrying that it looks a little bit strange, but I think now that it's with the boat, it looks reasonable. It looks like an actual net. Kind of the thing with things with two sides. They have two sides to them. And you have to do two of them instead of just one. And at the very tippy top of this thingy here, we're going to have a flag that comes out. A black flag. We do a little shape like this. Put this guy here. And would you look at that? We have a flag. It will know that this is a pirate ship and not a regular ship. Now we can go all the way down here and look at it. Look at our sail and look at our flag and wow! This is so beautiful. Maybe we come out here and you can see it better. Wow! Isn't that a beautiful flag? Okay, maybe we need a bit of a better angle. And we go all the way over here. And we look at it and it's got a flag. Wow! Now it's time to begin the very fun process of doing the second sail. There's going to be two sails on this guy. Going up real high. But before we do that, I think we might actually place our anchor. We're just going to do something like this. And then we're going to have spruce gates around it to make it look like it can actually spin. We get 4 of these guys. We have a little spinny thing here. Look at that. That's our anchor. It might need a slab on top, but should bring the things that I need with me, shouldn't I? That would be handy to have right now, but I have to swim all the way back and then all the way over. And just like that, we have an anchor point. Yay! Let's pretend that looks normal. Okay, moving on to the sails. We begin by our climb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Up here is going to be where the first sail on this ship, this part of the ship, is going to be. I almost walked off to my death there. And considering, I don't know, to look at the specifications for this one. We'll begin the sail like this. It's going to look something like that. And then we go 23, 24, 31. Getting pretty high up now. A little bit scary. And then from here, 2 blocks up, we have the next sail. Jeez, my knees. This is a pirate ship. This is not a pillager ship. What do they think this is? They should really know that this is pirate territory and they should stay out. The heck do they think they're doing? Building my boat right now. Can't they say I'm busy? The second sail is going up here. Look at them. They're trying to be pirates swimming in the sea. Okay, well, whatever. We're gonna mind our own business. Maybe we can make it from up here. Get up here and we say this should be block 33. So then we go 34, 35, 36, and then we get to the very top and this is, get 2 of these guys. 1, 2, 3 of these guys. Then we can begin a second flag. It should just go out like this. Then make one of these maneuvers. I believe that's it. Got another flag just like that. And look at that, we have another one of the sail posts. Oh my gosh. Well, before I fell off the post, I was about to say that one of the sail posts is basically now complete. Obviously, we have to put the sails on, and so I went and I put the sails on. It was quite the fun process of placing white wool. And actually, surprisingly, this entire process, I'm speaking from the future. This is a spoiler warning right now, just, you know, in case you don't want to know. But I did actually have enough white wool for the entire thing. Surprisingly, somehow had enough. I was convinced, considering that the boat took up so much wood. I had no idea how much wood it was going to take. I'm very surprised that the sails didn't take up more wool. And that's even including a bit of carpet on top of all of the wool blocks. So despite the fact that I actually shrunk the initial size of the sail, it is still the biggest sail on the boat, and thus took the longest to make. There will be, in total, 4 sails on this entire boat. A very grand boat, if you ask me. Don't know how many sails a boat of this size would normally have. Probably a bit more than 4, but in Minecraft video game, 4 is a pretty good number. It's a little bit funny because as I was building this entire thing, I was getting this idea for another boat that I could build. In the long run, I'm not building it anytime soon. I'm a bit done with building boats right this second. But in the long run, I was like, for my next pirate ship, I am going to build an even bigger boat and have even more sails. So much fun to figure out the sails. Unfortunately, I forgot to make the sails spawn-proof in my creative world, and since I've been copying that, these ones aren't either, so now I have to go back and make them all spawn-proof. I don't know why, but the sails kind of intimidate me when I'm trying to figure them out. There's just something about the sails. It's the way they fall or something. They're a bit scary. A little bit nerve-wracking when I look at them. I'm like, are they full enough? Are they flat? What's wrong with them? Make me shiver. Except I'm a pirate, so I must be brave. But as you can see here now, we are working on the second sail on this post, so the 3rd sail overall. Could have made that a bit more of an easy explanation, but now you have it, and I'm not going to re-record this. 3rd sail on the boat. The uppermost sail, the highest sail on the entire ship. And yeah, I think it's actually the smallest out of all of them. Very mini sail, very cute. And honestly, I think it's very similar to the first sail I did, so it wasn't nearly as intimidating. I know I'm just saying that sails are terrifying, but this one wasn't too terrifying. It was actually quite enjoyable. One would wonder why I'm doing the most scary thing in the entire game when it comes to building, right off the bat. And to that I say, you really have to try. You really have to, I don't know, do the things that scare you sometimes. That's the pirate way. It's the pirate adventures. When something terrifies you and makes you a little bit scared. Don't know why it has sail, of all things, is what I'm using this for. But when something makes you a bit scared, sometimes you just have to try and do it anyway. And I did learn quite a bit with these sails. As someone who really enjoys building in this game, I do like to do things that challenge me a bit. They tend to be a lot more fun than the things that I already know how to do. Because the things that I already know how to do, I can just do like 10 billion times over, and that's fine and good, and it gets a bit boring after a while. But the things that I don't know how to do, those, while intimidating, while a bit stressful, they make me feel the most proud of myself when I look at them, when it's all said and done, and I can stare at my finished sails and know that I never have to make those specific sails again, because they're done. Except I kind of did the entire thing twice because I made it in creative and then in survival. So, yeah. After getting these sails in place, I decided I was going to go mining a little bit and get some more tools because I was a little bit tired of using iron and stone tools. So I got myself a few diamonds. And now I am back here with my diamond shovel and diamond axe. And I'm about ready to get work on the ropes that come down and the it's 4th sail. Don't know how I am miscounting such a large number. already done 3 sails. So the ropes on this part's actually going to be a bit interesting. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go from right here outside of the captain's quarters and make the ropes go extend out to these guys up here. But it's already setting in the distance, so we're going to go to bed. And look at him, he's trying to get me, but I'm on land. So, over here, gonna be looking at this guy. Gonna be underneath this bamboo trapdoor. We're gonna have this guy coming out like this, and we are unfortunately ruining everything here because I didn't plan for them to be like this. We're gonna have 2 ropes going to the 2 separate sails. We'll start with the bottom sail first. So that comes at 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, and then it starts heading upwards. We are going to have to ignore how it connects with that. It is a little bit upsetting, but you know. Then here, the ropes are going to start getting a bit steeper. Comes up here and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then over here like this. Okay, and then we go up 1 block here. And we have this guy already. And then I think we head straight up from here to here. And now we're just gonna mirror this on the other side and then get the trapdoors in. Just gotta find a safe way down. I'm sure that was the safest option I had. And then we start heading inwards and upwards. And who invited you? You absolute stupid. I am working on my pirate ship. We are not kind people here. We are pirates. Pumpkin seeds. Moss block. My guy. I already have all these things. Talking to the wrong person. I am a pirate. A well-traveled person. I have seen much of the world. That's nothing. Should give me ice or snow. I got more treasures than you know what to do with. Gonna head up here, ignoring the spinning llama. Sleeping inside of a chest is always a good thing. Always gets you in the pirating mood. And look at that, we have ropes on both sides of this one particular sail on right now. So we can start clearing away this dirt. And we're going to add the ropes to the top sail too. And instead of going in that direction, we are going to be heading upwards. In this direction. And it's going to start getting a bit steeper up here. And then we go in like this. And we can have our little pulley guy connected just like that. Wasn't hard at all and didn't require me to do that. Well, first tragedy of the boat construction. Nobody can sue us. Well, we don't have insurance. We also do not have a court system in this world, so nobody can sue us for losses on the job and stuff like that. Okay, well, hopefully we won't have the same mistakes on this other side. So I'm going to tower up here with my trapdoors and eventually make it up to here. We're not going to go all the way to the 2nd level, but we are definitely going to get to the first one. So this was the initial area that I planned to put the nets first, and I did add stairs into this because I needed to move a whole block and trapdoors can't really do that without doing some weird things. So I hope the stairs don't look too weird. I think from a distance they look just fine. But up close and personal, they're a little bit strange. We're just gonna pretend they're just like big, humongous knots in the nets. Like really massive knots. And that's why you can see them. Because they're massive knots doing knot things. There was also some very suspicious llamas bothering me a lot while I was working during this. They showed up in various locations. I don't entirely know how a llama got stuck on one of the balconies, but he was there. Maybe Gregory hired him to look after me while I was working, making sure I'm doing the proper job description, you know. Gregory can be a little strict like that, but he means well. He just wants to make sure that everything is going to code and the boat is being built properly and it's not going to fall in and the ropes aren't going to detach themselves. You want to make sure that when you're building a boat like this, that all the ropes are compliant to the current rope compliancy grade, and they're all tested to be able to hold at least 20 pirates at once. Pirate code these days getting pretty strict. Can't believe back in the old days they didn't test each rope for 20 pirates, but here we are, gotta make sure each one's 20 pirates strong. And with that begins the last pillar, the last sail. And once more, I have written down the measurements for that. It shall go as such. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. And here we put in one of these guys. And we go 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. This will be where the final sail of the boat will go. 21, 22. And 23. And this will be the very top of the sail, and we will have another flag up here. So then I began work on the fourth and final sail of the entire boat. It was at the very least the easiest out of all the 4 sails because I already had 3 sails under my belt. At that point, I was really, in the sail building process, the sail building mind. Yeah, that, whatever we want to call that. Sail building expertise mode. So building up this sail went pretty well. Nothing really happened except for sail building. And not nearly as many distractions. No llamas, no strange people in the water, no puffer fish or terrifying sea monsters. So it went pretty quick, went pretty well. I did make sure to put all the ropes and nets in while I was doing it. Just all included in this one time lapse. Mega time lapse for basically all of the stuff that's going on in this part of the video. So yeah, I will just let you guys watch the rest of the time lapse in peace. And as always, I will leave timestamps to when it is over if you don't want to listen to the block placements. I like them, they sound fun. In the rain, it looks even better. Getting to see a ship come through in the fog. Actually really liking my boat. Think it's, it's a pretty good boat so far. I do realize I need to make some more of the areas on the front spawn proof, but we're almost there. And we are in the final stretch. And so here I finished off the ropes by adding the final ropes to the very top of the boat. A lot of old-fashioned ships have a lot of ropes securing all of the posts. I guess to make sure they're not like waving around in the wind and hitting everybody. I don't think that would happen. I would hope that wouldn't happen. But they had ropes to make sure that that exact thing wouldn't happen. So I made sure to put those guys in. So at the very least, we are protected from that specific scenario happening. Because we are kind of reaching, a long video again. We're gonna finish off the boat by just adding a few decorations here and there. I might actually add a melon here. Gonna put some barrels around. Just some stuff to kind of add to the deck, you know? Just to make the place look like it's actually got important things going on. Maybe some logs here, you know? Make more sense with rails, but whatever. Just putting some finishing touches here and there. We need to make sure that we got some lanterns for light and everything. Put some dried kelp. I just thought it might look like some materials, you know. Don't quite know what a lot of this is gonna be, but want to make sure the area is kind of decorated. Make sure everything is spawn proof. Just double checking everything one last time. We might actually add some brown carpet here. And right here, we're going to add a lantern that can provide some light through the trapdoor. And something I actually forgot to add until now will be the doors that basically open up to the lower levels for storage. The storage doors. And then we have trapdoors that can basically open up to the layer below. So if we want to, we can just drop down here and we're on the layer just one down. We're actually going to be having another staircase, I've decided, over here to make it a bit easier to access. I'm just doing 2 from each stair on each side. And we might actually leave one of the doors open to the layer below just to showcase what these doors can do. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And maybe, which one should be open? This one? You can have this one open to the layer below. And we will have another layer underneath here that will also be open. There has to be some way for things to be loaded to the lower decks. This one will be open all the way down, maybe. So, we have access all the way to up there from down here. That's pretty nice. Now, of course, the boat is lacking in supports, but we'll get to that. And, of course, we have to make sure the anchor goes all the way through to the bottom of the boat. That's the whole thing we gotta figure out. Get one more here. These trapdoors like this. So, basically, apart from a few areas that we want to make sure are lit up properly, the boat is really coming along. Let's add in an area where a navigator could be navigating. Up here we could have like a map or something so that the navigator who helps the person, the captain who's driving the boat, knows where to go. Yeah. Everything should be properly lit up now, hopefully. And hopefully it will all be spawn proof, because it just has to be above 0, right? Well, I think we have successfully done it. Don't mind the inside. The inside of the boat is unfortunately going to take a long time. We're not getting to that today. I thought we might, but I underestimated just how long sails take. I really should have overestimated how long sails take, considering sails can be quite difficult. Honestly, somehow I think the sails, the ropes, and the nets were somehow more confusing than the entire boat itself. But as the sun sets upon our boat and we admire how wonderful our ship is, we can say that at the very least, the exterior is complete. Oh, actually, wait a minute. It's missing some things. How could I almost forget? Hopefully nothing spawns up here. Should all be spawn proof. I put buttons on everything. And carpet. So we'll see if something falls and then explodes as my entire ship. I really hope that doesn't happen because I like my ship and I worked real hard to make it. We almost forgot one of the most important things my boat could possibly need. So we're gonna make a little pillar out this way in the middle of the night when it's most dangerous. Because we're a pirate, right? Oh, and that's what pirates do. We're going to place it, I think, right about here. Of course, on this sign, we are going to write the most important thing that this boat needs. And that is its amazing name. Ah, yes. Here floats the Mighty Greggory. It is a very good name. Should actually get Gregory over here. Let's go put the name on the other side of the boat, too. The Mighty Greggory. There we have it. The finishing pieces to the outside of the boat. Still need to do the inside. Bit lacking in here. But I need to collect a lot more resources because I'm basically out of all of my resources right now. And honestly, I need a lot of things. So for now, at least for today, the inside of the boat is going to have to wait another day. Said I was going to do it, and yet I still haven't done it. But that just means that we have more time to make it even better in the future. Who knows? But for now, I'll show you guys around the finished Mighty Greggory. And you know what? We're gonna bring the little bird himself here to enjoy his beautiful new boat as captain of the ship. Here he is, ready to climb aboard his new boat. Come on, Greg. Let's go. Here we go. We have the Greg successfully acquired. And we will show him his new ship. Isn't this wonderful, Mr. Greggory? Here, let us go in the great distance. Yeah, he is so impressed. Did you hear that? Yep. Look at that, Greggory. Look at your ship. Isn't it beautiful, sailing the high seas like that? I have added a lot of exterior details today, like nets and ropes and sails and flags and ladders. I did also smooth out this little bit here because I thought it felt a little weird last time. I'm still not 100% sure I like that specific spot right there, but you know, it honestly doesn't matter, and Greggory seems to love the boat regardless of its few imperfections. He seems very happy to be captain of this new ship. So come on, Greggory, let's go aboard. Really show him what he has inherited. He climbs the ladder with me. Good. Look here, Greggory. It is your boat. Isn't it wonderful? Yeah, he says he is really agreeing with me today. He doesn't usually do this. He usually is a little bit, you know, bossy while I'm building. But I think he really appreciates my work. I think he's going to promote me from construction manager to head of the construction company, honestly. He might be handing down his position to me soon. Look here, Greggory. We don't have a map just yet. We don't have a map just yet because we don't really know the area around us very well. We've explored a little, but we don't know it like a pirate should. In fact, there's a lot of things that we still need to learn as a pirate to become a proper pirate. Isn't that right, Greggory? Greggory agrees. So, we're gonna need a map because we need to find some treasure. But for now, I will leave the episode at this. With Greggory at my side, we will begin to sail the high seas as a pirate. And I think, just maybe, our little pirate empire is just beginning. Okay, Greggory, take your spot at the wheel. Come here. Greg, please. Please. Thank you. Greg. Greg, I hereby declare you the captain of this ship, and I will leave you here to begin your adventures. And I suppose, with Greggory being declared the captain of this ship, it is now time for the end of the episode. Goodbye. Netflix sounds. This is ending now. Goodbye. Wow, I got a spyglass. Hold that. Getting a spyglass out of my neck. This does not seem like it is very nice to do, but you know, here we are. Okay, goodbye.